Hi, I'm Sarah Ashman and I am Deputy Head of International Student Recruitment at the University of Bristol in the UK. The University of Bristol is based in the southwest of England, about an hour and a half outside of London on the train. And we are a highly ranked university, so we are ranked 54th in the world according to QS and 9th in the UK. And a fun fact about the city of Bristol is that the first chocolate bar in the world was made in the city of Bristol, so pretty cool. The University of Bristol is of course a Russell Group university, but what sets us apart from other universities, I think, is the city that we are based in. So the city of Bristol is a young, vibrant city full of arts and culture with lots for students to do in the evenings and weekends. And the city of Bristol is our students' most favourite thing about studying at the University of Bristol. Bristol is a super popular city to visit in the UK, so there's lots of different things you can visit. And actually, international students' favourite spots in the city are Clifton Village. So this is a popular place to visit. There's lots of Georgian architecture, so traditional British architecture, a really great place to take Instagram photos. But there's also lots of shops and cafes for you to enjoy. It's a great place to wander around. It's also where the Clifton Suspension Bridge is. So that's the most famous landmark in the city of Bristol, and it's famous one because it's got a really spectacular location in the Avon Gorge, but also because it was built by world-renowned engineer Isambard Kingdom Brunel. And then I would say the second most popular place to visit is the harbour side. So Bristol is a city that is on the harbour. There are lots of shops, restaurants and cafes for you to enjoy around the harbour side. So that's another popular place that students like to go in the evenings and weekends. And because we're a city centre-based campus, both of those places are maybe a 10 to 15 minute walk away from our campus. So because we're right in the middle of the city centre, students really easily get to enjoy everything the city has to offer. Courses at the University of Bristol have lots of different teaching methods. So most students will have lectures, seminars, tutorials, but also lots of our courses, particularly courses in innovation and entrepreneurship, have project-based learning. So you'll be learning in groups and assessed by group presentations and projects. So it's not just the traditional exams and essays. Our Think Big Scholarship is our flagship international scholarship scheme at the University of Bristol, and the vision of this scholarship is to really support the brightest and the best students to study at the University of Bristol. And the scholarship is a little bit special because it doesn't just offer you the financial discount, it also gives you access to the bespoke Think Big development programme. So this will allow you to attend lectures, workshops and networking events alongside your studies that will help you to develop your employability. So the Think Big Scholarship is not just about the financial discount, it also gives you access to this bespoke development programme as well. So we're looking for three main qualities in our Think Big Scholars. So the first is we are looking for future change makers. So we want to award students who will go on to amazing careers and make positive change in their communities. The second quality we are looking for are students who can be good leaders and good team workers. So we want to know that students have led other people towards a common goal or can work towards one key objective. And the third and final aspect that we're looking for in our Think Big Scholars is students that are going to be really ambitious. We want to know that you've got a plan for your career and that you know that studying at the University of Bristol will help you achieve that. So those are the three main things we're looking for in our Think Big Scholars. And you'll notice that the essay questions you have to complete when you're applying for Think Big really address those three qualities. Our Think Big Scholarship is quite competitive, like most prestigious scholarship schemes, but my advice to students is when you're answering the essay questions for the Think Big application, be really specific with your answers. So you only have 1,000 characters to tell us about your answer, so be very specific. My second tip is to give examples. So don't just tell us that you're a leader, give us an example of when you demonstrated leadership skills. And also, if possible, tell us about the impact of your example, so that makes for the strongest answer. So do make sure that you give yourself time to draft your answers, maybe ask for feedback from friends, from family, maybe your professors at university as well. When we're assessing applications to the University of Bristol, the main aspect we will look at is your academic achievement so far. So make sure you understand what our entry requirements are, what subjects do we need you to have already studied, and what GPA are we looking for. Here in Vietnam, we're usually looking for a GPA of 3 or above. The University of Bristol has lots of support available for our students as well as for our international students. So the first service that you need to be aware of is our wellbeing service. And this offers all sorts of different support, from counselling to medical treatment. But for international students, we additionally have our really amazing Global Lounge. So this is a place on campus that is dedicated to celebrating our international students and the international cultures that they bring with them. So the Global Lounge will be particularly there to support students when you first arrive. So they will give you tours of campus, tours of the city, but they'll also help you meet other international students when you first arrive. Throughout the year then, they offer lots of different cultural events. There was a Vietnamese Culture Day recently, but that will help you to keep that connection to home, but also celebrate lots of other cultures. So there's so much support available for students, and I definitely encourage you to get involved with the Global Lounge when you arrive at Bristol. So the cost of living in Bristol is about 30% cheaper than London, and generally we will see students spend somewhere between £12,000 and £16,000 a year on the cost of living and also on accommodation. But what Bristol gives you is an amazing quality of living in a really fun and exciting city, so it's certainly worth the cost. So accommodation at the University of Bristol is guaranteed to international students in their first year, as long as you apply before the accommodation deadline. The accommodation options at the University of Bristol vary quite a lot, so we have some modern accommodation, or we have some traditional accommodation as well. At the University of Bristol, we do have lots of really strong links with industry and lots of industry partners. And the way that students engage with these partners while they're studying is usually through industry-related projects within their degree. So that might be a consultancy project where a real-world company comes to our students, tells them about a problem, and then our students will work on a solution to that problem and present it back to the partner. Other students will have the opportunity for maybe a year-long placement within their degree, and those students will often go to our industry partners. But I think a really strong example of our industry links at the University of Bristol is through our School of Aerospace. So Bristol is a real big hub of aerospace engineering industries within the UK. In fact, there's no other city in the UK that can boast to have as many industries as we do in the city of Bristol. So our students benefit from lots of work experience opportunities. They also benefit from industry visits because we're the only university that can visit those industries within 20 minutes. At the University of Bristol, we have a really excellent careers service who can help you enhance your employability while you're studying with us. So at Bristol, we have over 400 employers visit us on campus every year, so you can meet lots of employers from different industries, find out what opportunities or graduate opportunities they have available. But the careers team can also help with so much more. So they can help you with finding jobs to apply for. They can help you with the application process, maybe do a mock interview as well, because interviewing here in the UK might be different to interviewing for jobs in Vietnam. So they can coach you through the process. And the careers service is open to you for 3 years after you graduate as well. But one of the most popular offerings of the careers service is the new enterprise competition. So this is a competition that the careers service run every year. And it is essentially a competition for funding to start your own business. So if you're interested in maybe startups or innovation, then this is something you can definitely get involved with. So my advice to Vietnamese students thinking of applying to the University of Bristol is to first apply early. So make sure you do your research, but also don't wait too long to apply. So our courses can be very popular and they can close quite early. My second piece of advice is to apply for our Think Big scholarship. It is a competitive scholarship scheme, but we see students from Vietnam receive the scholarship every single year, and they are often successful in getting the largest scholarship amount of £26,000. And my final tip is to consider applying with GSE. So GSE sends students to the University of Bristol every single year. They are very experienced with the application process as well as the scholarship application process. So if you're thinking of applying to the University of Bristol, then do consider getting some advice from GSE.